Right, let's just get it out of the way. What the fuck is going on with green in Modern Horizons 2? We're going to start it off nice and slow, nice and easy. We're going to peel it back from the statement of what the fuck to ignoble hierarch. This is the Jund noble hierarch. Instead of simply being a noble, bant, human, or elf as most Mandorks are, but human in the case of noble hierarch, it is a goblin, shaman. It makes Jund colours, it's got exalted. I love it. This is going to be a card that will show up in goblin lists that are red-green or red-black, or red-green or black-green. It may show up in food chain lists in certain formats too. It opens up the door to, well, goblins having a decent mana dork for a start, and Jund having a good mana dork. It will replace Elves of Deep Shadow in cubes. Card's great. I love Noble Hierarch. I think it's a truly elegant design, if not a noble one. I'm into it. Then we've got a green Yorg's Will. This is Yorg's Will with suspend 4 for 1 green in green. Now, importantly, it being free doesn't mean it's going to break combo decks wide open, but I'm assuming this is going to be broken at some point. Now, before I get into the what the fuck, I do want to point out two things. Firstly, the art is fantastic. It's got this like force of nature, Gaia's revenge, whatever this creature is, coming through a like portal from the past, which was seen on a lot of the Titan Spiral cards that got re-printed in Modern Horizons 1, like Ancestral Visions and stuff. So this is wonderful. I love it. And also, green should be able to recur things in the graveyard. It's been part of its colour pie since forever, right? Regrowth is an alpha card. That said, the fact that they're taking an iconic, powerful, and often banned black card and then suspending it in green is very strange. Now, I think this is tying into an ongoing theme amongst the set where green is getting Storm. Normally something you'd see in red or blue. Well, I think all colours have had Storm in some capacity in the past, but it's not normally associated with green. And Yawgmoth Will is normally associated with combo decks in Vintage and Highlander formats, normally Storm-based ones, right? So I think that's where this is coming from. But it is just strange to see a powerhouse, like archetypal, fucking iconic banned card show up in green. Ultimately, it's forgivable because the recursion of things out of the yard, especially lands, is in green's wheelhouse. Next up in the cycle of things green has stolen from other colours that were once iconic is Sylvan Anthem. For the longest time, white was the colour of anthems with Crusade and then Honour of the Pure, but don't worry, Sylvan Anthem's here. It's double green instead of like being splashable like Honour of the Pure is. So therefore it can have an upside, right? So for green creatures you control get +1/+1, and whenever a green creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. It's just a better Honour of the Pure, but for green. Wild, honestly. When white is the go wide colour, when that was one of the things being like listed as the thing that white got over time, as a thing that we don't see in Commander, right? The complaints about what white has are normally because they're not good in Commander, and going wide in Commander is dangerous because of the Wraths. And we saw this a lot with like Ari, the white representative of the Colour Council on our episode of Dice Removal and such. But to see green get this, I mean, we all understand why, right? Because the limited archetype is squirrels, and squirrels want to go wide, so an anthem makes sense. But this is kind of a kick in the poop. In the same vein, we now have Verdant Command, a 2-mana command where you get to choose 2 like all commands do. This one creates 2 tapped green squirrel tokens, 1/1s. It counts as a loyalty ability on a planeswalker, exiles a card from a graveyard, or gains you 3 life. The common meme I've seen is that this is just a strictly better Raise the Alarm, which is not, because Raise the Alarm can be used as blockers, and these can't because they're in the battlefield tapped. Obviously, it has other modes. It's got more utility than Raise the Alarm. I'm not too fussed about this. Going wide with like spells that make little bodies has been a thing green has done forever, right? Don't forget that Sprout Swarm is kind of an iconic, if not a troublesome green card from the past. It is interesting though to see combinations of Verdant Command and Sylvan Anthem and all the other squirrel stuff, showing that green is the go wide colour in this set. Wouldn't be such a problem if they also didn't get Yorg's Will and they also didn't get Storm. So like I said, they are the Storm colour in this set, and now we have Chat Storm, which is half the cost of an Empty the Warrens, and it gets you 1 squirrel, but it is a 2-mana common Storm card that will, without a doubt, have some effect on Pauper, right? There's no way this doesn't do something in Pauper. Pauper has historically had a problem with dealing with Empty the Warrens and a Grape Shot and similar, and here we are with another Storm card. I can't blame them for putting it into common or whatever for the limited environment. It can be banned out of Pauper. So I'm not angry about that, but it is interesting that green has Go Wide, plus Go Wide Storm, plus Gaia's Will, which is Yorg's Will, but in green. On the Storm thing, we've also got AV Progenitor Ooze, which is a legendary ooze commander that also has Storm. That's an interesting selection of things to put onto a commander. I'd love to see some mono green Storm decks. This basically makes copies of itself because it's got Storm, right? You get token copies. The token copies are not legendary, as it says token versions of AV are not legendary. Really interesting. It grows as well depending on how many users you control. Really, like I said, fun and interesting. Again though, green getting Storm and the Storm commander, that's pretty wild. On top of that, green also got Enchantment Matters this set as well. Now, Enchantress Presence isn't a new card. This card has existed in Magic for a very, very long time. But it's interesting that instead of pushing that into White's wheelhouse, which is something I thought they were going to move towards, I just don't know, I just had a feeling, a gut feeling, they haven't. Enchantress Presence shows that the cantripping and drawing cards off the back of enchantments is going to be firmly sat in green still, and being pushed into modern in green. So the green, or the Enchantress deck in modern will be base green. Looking forward to playing it. It's pretty cool. It's interesting that green gets more share of the colour pie again in the same set. And on that theme, Enchantment Matters, we've got an Enchantment Dryad 0/2 for 2 mana that adds X colour of mana to your mana pool of any colour, where X is the number of enchantments you control. This thing's pretty sweet, honestly. A 2 mana 0/2 that taps for at least 1 mana of any colour because it is an enchantment. But it's interesting that Sanctum Weaver is referencing probably Sarah's Sanctum, a land that taps for, you guessed it, white mana equal to the number of enchantments you control. But Sanctum Weaver is doing that instead in green. Now, I've seen people joke that this should have been the white card in the set. My pick for that is coming up. And I get that white can't have mana dorks, but this could have been a white-green dork, for example. Hell, they could have even stretched out and just gave white 1 mana dork that cared about enchantments, and not making an enchantment itself. So tap for no mana unless you have enchantments in play. They can jump through hoops to make the mana. But instead, green gets big mana of any colour based off enchantments. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating, right? Like, it's just... The problem I don't think is white having no good things. I'm putting out a video today about the good things white is getting, and we're probably getting more in this set. It just seems to me like green gets everything. There's a reason that I predominantly play green in Commander now. My pick for card bet should have been white though is Yavimaya La Cuna del Crecimiento. Crecimiento. I've probably butchered that horribly. This is the green Urborg. Urborg is a card from Time Spiral block that makes all your lands swamps. And it's never been a cycle. There's also been talk of which colour would get the next version of that, the planar shifted version of that. And instead of a planar shifted version, we've got the Yavimaya version. So it's not, I don't think it's planar shifted. This is the green one. It's making everything into forests. Now, honestly, mechanically and flavorfully, this probably should be green. And that's why I'm saying it shouldn't have been green. Now, hear me out. Like, Urborg originally was from Time Spiral block. Not actual original Urborg, but Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth, the one that we all play. If you're not playing old school. It was in the Planar Chaos set specifically, and it wasn't a planar shifted thing though, it was the Tomb of Yawgmoth. It's what Yawgmoth's body has done to the surrounding area of Urborg on the plane of Dominaria. So in my opinion, in this set, where we've got Modern Horizons, which is, it's basically Time Spiral 3. Modern Horizons 1 was Time Spiral 2, this is Time Spiral 3. It's got allusions and references and lots of interesting takes on existing convention within Magic. We've got inside jokes, we've got flavor text coming back to haunt us in the name of cards that I can't pronounce. I think this should have been planar shifted. This could have been an alternate reality Gerard's Tomb that turns all lands into planes or something. It would have been less useful than most other things. I mean, a red version would have played well with Valakut. A green version will and does play well with Raphaelos and other stuff. And so on and so on and so on. The white version, as far as I can tell, has the least application among any of them. Even the blue ones with Islands Matters stuff. Like Plains Matters is way less common. You can imagine the blue one fueling Gush and that throne land that ETBs and puts this graveyard back into the library. But that'd be fucking gross. So I just think the white one would have been a subversion of expectations. It would have been the polar opposite to Urborg in a planar shifted kind of way. I think that would have been interesting. Especially if then Plains Matters was something in the set. But now we're getting on to real big changes holistically to how the set is designed. And what am I? But just a nerd, a passionate nerd on the internet giving criticism. But yeah, it being green is just funny. When they're getting Storm, they're getting Go Wide, they're getting Graveyard Recursion in the form of a free Yorksville, and then they get the Urborg too? That's wild. That's wild. So this video is not ranting specifically about white being bad, but more show that I think that meme and that commentary and that ongoing criticism is really pushed harder when green gets to do literally fucking everything. Yeah, they should probably rein it in with that. Hold up. As I was editing this video, Violent Knight revealed Endurance, the green member of the Evoke pitch cycle. That's the white one and the black one are looking pretty hot. Might be the first time ever that the blue one is the worst. This card is fucking wild. So you can pitch a green card to, so exile, when I say pitch, exile a green card from your hand to evoke this. So you can play it and it sacrifices itself immediately and you get the ETB effect, which is shuffle all cards from a graveyard onto the bottom of the library in a random order. It is a 3 mana, flash, 3/4. It is legit playable as a creature with the ETB in Legacy, which is where you want to play this. This fucking thing can be used to fuck up Dredge, fuck up Storm, fuck up Lands, fuck up Hogak / Crabvine. It's got all of these applications, and then it's legit 3 mana, 3/4 fly, reach blocker that can block a Delver. Wow. It's not busted. It's not broken. It's just pushed. It's very, very pushed. And I'm gonna petition to change the name of the colour green to it's not broken. It's just pushed. Open brackets, but sometimes it is broken. Close brackets. That's fucking wild. Anyway, on with the outro. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I've been Vince, also PleasantKenobi on the internet. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Is green getting too much? Should the new Urborg have been white? Let me know down below. And I'll see you all soon. Ta-ta for now.